gentlemen, and welcome to another fantastic weekend of Formula 1 racing here on the EGL Extreme Gaming League. I'm Tipsy Bob, and joining me on the mic is my trusty sidekick and my good friend, Dad Pants. Covering all the action today, we're going to be covering everywhere from Monaco, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain, all across the world, all across the country. A full grid lined up some of the best talent around the world. We have plucked them from all corners of the earth to give you some of the greatest racing experience footage you'll ever see in your lifetime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGL. There we go, once and all the cars are all lining up on the grid. They're all getting ready. The drivers will be focusing on their first corner. Are they going to take it? What are they going to do? Is it going to go deep? Are they going to go? Who knows? Let's break out and away we go! DRS is still active, and if Timo wants to get this moved on, he's gonna need to use this DRS zone because I have a feeling. Oh no, Timo, cancel the pressure in this action zone. My friends can mount up another overtake on 1P3 trademark. This is round 3. Timo cracks under the pressure once again.
And Timo are oh, he hits the pit! Oh no! Oh my god, this is so sorry, control myself. So Timo
I wouldn't be gonna penalty too, so they can stand at the back together again. Just like Timo likes it.
How many times? Did you see how many times Timo tried to get into the pit? There's a storm brewing deep in the depths of the EGL. The aliens are restless. A challenge they seek once more. Extreme Gaming League presents an event between 5 league rivals. Talent, speed, precision. Extreme Rivals 9, 31st of August at 1900 CEST.
Good evening everybody on the EGL channel for SLR round 5, I think, in Spain. My name is Der Hammer, and joining me this evening is Bailey, of course. Good evening, Bailey.
Good evening everyone, I'm back in the currency box again for another week of SLR. I believe it's round 6.
Round 6 even, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
The new Grand Prix throw me off.
Yeah, round 5 would normally be Spain. We're getting underway here for qualifying in the tier 2. Everyone's in the pits for the first minute of the session as normal.
That's why
Just
I'm showing the standings right now. Currently we have Legend in the lead with 95 points. He's building a Hamilton-like gap to the rest, with Jason with 61 points in second. And then there's like a big field behind with Makender, Pemmy, Nicolidis, JC, Timo, Larson, Sonny, and Inaudible Roll. Pretty close, I'd say. The gap between them is lower than the gap between Legend and the Jason. So, yeah, let's go to the racing then, because I do see some cars going out.
Yep, there are some cars going out on circuit. A lot of them sat on the pits with the medium tyres on, and I believe one of them out on circuit. But the Williams is on mediums, and that's a Joel. We'll see a split of people who are on softs and mediums. The softs do tend, in my experiences, are tending to overheat on the front and do cause quite a bit of tyre wear. You can only take them to around lap 8 before they really start to go off the cliff. And it'll be interesting to see who's going to go on mediums, see if they can get higher up the grid inside the top 10 on the harder compound tyre to benefit their race.
Apparently there's something with the resolution. I'm trying to fix it.
I'll have a look at the stream. My phone was on charge, so I can look at it.
Fit the screen. Should be good now.
Yep, we're all good now. Looks good.
Yeah, I recently switched my monitor setup, and where I had F1 on first was QHD monitor. That's the one I'm racing on, but when I'm not racing I'm on a full HD monitor. That's why the resolution was a bit wacky there. I forgot to change it back.
Right.
Anyway,
Yep.
yeah, as you said, mediums and softs, and that's also good with the strategy, I think, because medium hard and soft hard is both viable.
Yeah. I think Joel's just invalidated his lap there. He's really slowed down through the first couple of corners.
Yeah, he
John
did.
is the next car up the road. He loses it, manages to save it through turn 3. A nice save from the Racing Point driver, but he'll definitely be abandoning that lap on this occasion, unless he is planning to lift off at the end. Yeah, he's gonna lift off at the end of the lap to put in the medium run in.
The part he was just going through is also a difficult one to not invalidate. It's really strict there.
Yeah, there's a lot of corners where you can quite easily invalidate around the circuit. Obviously turn 9 being one of them. Turn 7 and 8. I think we'll see a few penalties come out of that corner.
Yep.
Dr. Uther is coming through the final sector. He looks like the first.
And John spins.
Oh, going into the tyre wall there. John pits. Dr. Uther is going to be our first time lap of the session. It's a 16.7. As he crosses the line and puts himself on provisional pole position for the time being. I think we have Larson about to cross the line, and he does. He does a 16 dead and puts himself provisional pole.
Yeah, what are the times we can expect, you think? I didn't really see any of the other races so far.
I think
So
tier
not really-
3 was a 15.1 in qualifying, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong.
Satoshi with a 15.8 on medium, so yeah, they'll definitely be close or better than the tier 3 pole time.
Yeah, Galileo with a 15.3 and the first runs of the session. He is obviously committing to a soft strategy. Be very good if he could beat his soft time on mediums.
Heat invalidated as well, but it's an outlap, so it's probably not really important then.
A lot of invalidations coming out. Only 8 drivers crossing on his second lap. Makenda looked like he was on a slow lap with a 19 dead.
Joel continued for second lap, and he's now coming through the final corner. And he sets 59 on mediums. That's pretty nice. Good time
So
by
yeah,
Joel.
puts him only half a tenth away from Satoshi, and that is on 2 lap old mediums though. So that might hamper him on the long run, but I'm pretty sure it'll be much better than starting on the soft compound tires.
I wonder, is it even like whether more people who qualified on mediums in tier 3 or whether the top runners all soft?
Quite a lot of them were mediums. I'm pretty sure pull time was on the soft compound tires. There was a safety car halfway through the race though, so that definitely helped the soft runners.
Yeah, meanwhile Heat invalidated again, so no lap for him.
Nico Rosberg on the Ferrari looks like he's going to set a lap time as he comes through the final chicane now. Hops over the yellow sausage curb, not really using as much as the track as probably what he would have liked. He comes around the final corner now, opens DRS, and he crosses the line and does a 16.4, puts himself P7 behind his teammate Wimpy.
Let's see. Yeah, Heat pits because he invalidated already. Inferno is on a lap and he just passed the first sector.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on him as he makes his way through the lap.
Tricky part of the circuit here. And then that right-hander, which nowadays
completely flat on this game, which is very rewarding.
I was just about to say, which is now just a lot easier than in 2019, when you had to kind of play with your throttle a bit.
Yeah, I know when you kind of had you could either just hold it in 7th or you could short shift, go down to 6th and then short shift back up to 7th.
And we see a Williams on the old layout.
Yeah, there's Inferno's gonna cross the line. It looks like it's gonna be a 16. It's 17 dead.
17 flat.
So that is the 10th place mark so far. Not the slowest time we've seen it in today, set by McKenna currently. So driver's not really setting a good lap, and Nicolaitis is on a lap.
If they're even setting laps, that is.
Yes, to be honest, they could not be setting laps. Could be doing some sandbagging, waiting for the mediums to go on.
Or this perhaps maybe like these tier 2 drivers, they search the limit a bit more than the I don't want to say slower tiers, but they are slower of course than the slower tiers.
The lower tiers. Than the lower tiers.
Yeah. And because of that, they maybe invalidate a bit easier. If you're like using all the track and you just go one wheel over, then the game says no.
Looks like he's on a good lap. He's gonna come around the final corner. He's gonna cross lap to 14.
Wow.
Nicolaitis not messing around, putting himself on provisional pole position for the Alfa Romeo.
I would say that is the first of the really serious times. A 14.8. I don't think I can even manage that in a time trial, so...
I think my time trial times of 14.4, I believe, but...
Yeah, but you're fast.
So we're see some good racing here in tier 2. Bebex puts himself P3 with a 15.5 on medium tires. I don't think I can do that on mediums. So.
And he's
he went straight into the gravel. I think he's getting out of the way. He's getting out the way for the AlphaTauri use.
And to think like Bebex is in tier 4, so I was just talking about slower tiers. I think indeed lower tiers is the better term. He definitely has a pace.
I'm pretty sure Bebex was the one I was looking at to see what strategy he was doing, and I didn't know whether to start on softs or mediums. I think he was on pole with that 15.1 in the session I was looking at. So I think I said tier 3 before. It was tier 4 I was looking at.
Right.
Instead.
And Pandy now also pretty good on the mediums, so they're 15.6.
Yeah, I'm confused why these drivers are going on the mediums in their second run instead of their final. Is it like a banker thing, so they don't mess up their lap?
Or they're just gonna start on mediums. They want to finish in the top 10 on mediums. I mean, if you can manage that, you'll be pretty good. And there's no legend here today, so there's like...
Yes, I mean, but the way Nicolaitis is looking, 5 times ahead of Galileo on this quite short circuit, it's pretty good. But I think... Oh, Galileo messed up the final corner. He was up about a 10th on his time. I think that's gonna happen as he crosses the line. It doesn't. That's a 15.1 for Galileo, a 10th and a half away from those 14 lap times.
Yeah, a good improvement, but still nobody that close to Nicolaitis on like you said, a short track, and he's 3 tenths behind. So yeah.
We got Timo and Wimpy following each other around the circuit. Wimpy is maybe looking at Timo and thinking he needs to beat it. They're very close on circuit, but obviously Wimpy set that time on the mediums, and Timo's backed out of his run. He hasn't invalidated, so I think that might just be an actual decision by Timo to not continue that run on that compounded tire.
Yeah, and Wimpy is on the mediums again. So a lot of people doing those 2-3 laps on mediums, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, the number 13 Ferrari makes his way through the final chicane now. We'll see how much of an improvement it will be from him as he makes his way around the final corner. He hooks the inside unlike any other driver, and he puts a 15.7 on the board. It's very close to the other medium runners on the grid.
Yeah, well, he's doing better than the real Ferraris did today.
Yeah, 15.
A bit off the pace.
Pemi is up on his time on the mediums. He's up by about 3/4 of a tenth. As he makes his way through that long right-hander. I hate that right-hander personally. It's not really my favorite corner on the entire circuit.
Yeah, it's just that like the entire third sector is kind of weird. It's the first 2 sectors I kind of like them. They're fun, and the third sector I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Why?
I can agree with you. Pemi puts himself P3 with a 15.4. So we're really seeing some quick medium times on the board now.
Yeah, I guess the difference between the compounds isn't that big in Spain.
I think it's 6 tenths between the two.
Yeah, so it is worth a gamble.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, they do last. I don't know how long the soft lasts, but I don't think it's very long on this track.
No, I think it's around laps. I did some testing, and I think it's around lap 7.
Yeah,
is when they really start to drop off.
If you can make the mediums work and follow the soft runners in the beginning, you're gonna have a good starting point.
Yep.
As Joel is now in 3rd position with a 1:15.2 on softs this time.
Oh, so Joel putting in a good lap there to get himself up into P3, but it's on that softer compounded tire, so I don't really know how it's going to help him in the race.
Yeah,
obviously, he must have, some of these drivers might actually go for the 2-stop strategy, which is definitely viable, but you really do need to be pushing a lot.
Yeah, but isn't it also incredibly difficult to overtake on Spain? I mean, I know you said the same about Zandvoort. Spain is probably a bit easier, but...
Well, yeah, but Zandvoort is very difficult to overtake. I think we saw that about 27 times during the stream.
I did.
But I think Spain is a bit easier. Obviously, you've got the 2 DRS on. Someone might fancy a cheeky dive bomb into the hairpin, which would be nice to see being pulled off.
Ooh, Satoshi, yeah, I caught it.
Almost going into the gravel as he pushes the limits. He was a 10th up on his time as he backs out of that lap.
Inferno as well. So he still got Larson, but he's not really on an improvement at the moment.
Yeah. Graders are very close as we get into the 15.7 mark. Nicolaitis improved.
Yeah, to a 4.
I didn't. Yeah, Larson's around in the Williams.
Just Williams things. Yeah, 14.6 by Nicolaitis. He's really, really fast here. Gee, 5 tenths clear.
Be interesting to see what McKenna and Pemi could do if they strapped on as a sauce.
Yeah, they could make the gamble on the final stint, but then again, if you're 4 and 5th in the starting grid on mediums with the rest on softs, I don't know, they have a good position then.
Yeah. Look like Nicolaitis is ragging these softs as he comes back to the pit lane. That's definitely not what you want to be doing. You want to be taking it slow. Making sure you don't get any extra wear on those tyres. He's not showing any mercy to them as he pulls into the pit lane, so as drivers are getting prepared to do their final run in the last 2 minutes of the session.
Yeah, I was trying to find somebody interesting to follow, but it's a bit of quiet before the storm, as most people were in the pits. We got a couple of people on their outlap now. I'm following
Yeah.
Sonny at the moment, who only set one timed lap so far, I think, with a 1:16.7.
As Pemi retires in the session, so he feels confident that he'll be inside the top 10 on that lap time. We'll see how it goes. I think these drivers out on their out lap is just doing this just in case there is an invalidation on their first run. As they get underway,
McKender retires as well, so the AlphaTauri squad feels confident.
yeah, they do. So they feel like they will stay inside the top 10. So we'll let the battle begin, and the times will come down as Wimpy has Nico Rosbot is the first driver to launch the attack, and Bixby follows behind him. Bixby 2/10 up through the first sector. There's only 3 corners in the first sector, so that's pretty impressive. As he makes his way around the left-hander and gets a good exit. You're coming through turn 7 and 8 now. Or turn 6 and 7. Right. There's a little kink that counts as a corner, I'm pretty sure, on this circuit, so. That's turn 7 and 8 and through turn 9. Coming down to the hairpin. How much is he up by? He's up by 5/10. So currently he is going to get. Yep. Could be our second driver into the 1 minute 14s, or it could be a challenge to Nicolaides as he makes his way around the long right hander into the fast one now, holding it in 4th gear, not opting for 3rd, as he drops it down into 3rd, so not opting for 2nd gear, loses the rear, and he's into the pit lane.
Aye. That's a bit sad.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, Rosbot abandoned his attempt as well.
So
And
let these drivers.
Sonny invalidated, so...
Wimpy also involved. So a lot of drivers not being able to put in the lap that they want to through these invalidations.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of them, even in the first runs, but also in the final runs, so yeah. Sonny's gonna try another lap, I think.
I don't think he has. I don't think. Oh, he's just crossed the line, hasn't he? So.
Yep.
I'm gonna follow Galileo on his lap and see if he can improve.
Yeah, he's currently the closest one to Nicolaides.
I think we have a timing glitch. Oh! Galileo's around!
Galileo lost his... Yep.
There's a timing glitch on the time board. Some drivers are crossing line to start their lap, despite it being 0 on the
Yeah,
countdown.
that's all. I don't know why, but it has something to do when you spectate. You're kinda ahead. For some reason, I don't know why, it's just Codemasters logic. As Satoshi improves to P4.
Good luck for him on the softs.
Johnny's
Johnny's now going to cross the line in the race environment. He puts himself P3 with a 15.2. Good luck by the Racing Point driver. Now I think this is where the 2 AlphaTauris might begin to worry as they see the improvements that the other drivers are making. So as they power on through.
Johnny, who's my teammate in tier 3, and he shows he's got the pace for tier 2 as well.
Yeah, I think he was in the race last. Team almost losing it last week as the Renault diving out the way destroys one of them. 2 of the meter boards. That will make the non-binding. That'll make the use of the whole team.
Timo goes off screen. He joins the screen again. He literally went off my screen there. Yeah, that's not gonna be an improvement from him then. Crystals also went off. A lot of people going off on their own or invalidating. I wonder. Yeah, Sonny did improve in the end, by the way. He's now in P11. But I think this is our grid. I don't see anyone.
Yeah, I think that this is our grid for the Spanish Grand Prix. So Nicolaides has taken pole position with a 14.65 tenths ahead of the field. So
yeah, Legend is gone and somebody, or is Legend secretly Nicolaides, or I don't know.
Top 10 SLR conspiracies.
Aliens. Yeah, and the medium runners finished in 7 and 8, McKenna and Pemmy.
Yeah, the only ones to make the mediums work. So I think once the race gets underway, it'll be interesting to see the progress that they make through the race.
Yeah, the tire strategies I'm pretty interested in as well.
Yeah. So there we go, that's the grid for the Spanish Grand Prix. The top 6 drivers all starting on the soft compound tyres, Nicolaitis, Galil, John, Joel, Satoshi and Larson. The 2 Williams is inside the top 6, I'll be very happy about that. And the rest of the top 10 all opting for the medium tyres.
Yeah.
So,
Interesting. And then we've got Sonny just behind, and I think most of the people outside the top 10 will also choose the mediums.
yep, definitely. I think that will be the main option. So I think from 2nd down to 10th, there's a 5/10 gap. So we might be in for a pretty good race here. As you
Yeah.
go loading screen, and we are going to begin the race very
Formation lap.
shortly. I hope I put the formation in that one. I swear I did.
Yeah.
Almost certainly, but as drivers get ready, sort out their fuel loads, and tell Jeff what strategy they're going to be doing.
Obviously the soft, chain swing, soft, medium, chain swing, medium, hard strat, I think.
It's
That'll
the
be
best strat.
The optimum strat.
Yeah, the drivers get ready. I think McKenna will be really wanting to win this one. It'll really close the gap for him in the standings, as Ayason is also very close. I think Ayason is 2nd, McKenna 3rd.
Yeah, and Ayason only starts in P13, I think. He didn't have a good qualifying.
Unfortunate for the Haas, as there we have the predicted pit stop strategy on my screen. Don't know whether it's on yours.
Yeah,
Your
that's...
screen, yep. So yeah, the 2-stop is the recommended strategy from the game, but we might see some safety cars or something like that that might prevent that. That is a lot of drivers on the medium compound tyres. Ayason
Yeah.
gone for a wild card on the hards. Everyone else on mediums, apart from the top 6 that have gone for the softs.
I think Ayason just wanted to try something different here.
Yeah.
But you have to be pretty pacey to make those hards work in the beginning.
Yeah, I think it'll take a couple laps before you can really set consistent times on those tyres, and try not to spin on them either.
Also, just a random thing I noticed, I think it's one of Larson's best qualifying positions I can remember for a long time. Well, Iason and Wimpy get disqualified from the formation lap. That's also very interesting.
That is not going to help Ayason's hards.
Starting on ice cold hards, lovely.
It's not really what you want at the start of a league, really.
No.
As Nicolaitis backs up the pack a bit.
As Jason is also commenting on that on Discord, he says, disqualified on cold hards. Nice way to start the race. Poor Jason.
Yeah, I don't think Wimpy will be too pleased about it either. Cold mediums are certainly not as bad as cold hards, but we'll give them a bad start as they make their way through the middle sector preparing for the race.
Yeah, so only 6 people on softs. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I think they'll have to bolt away really quickly of the start and make a gap between them and the soft runners, between them and the medium runners.
Especially Nicolaitis with the speed he's shown in qualifying. If he can pull that out in the first few laps, that would really help him. He'll be looking to clear the rest of the field quickly.
Yeah, as they all line up on the grid, the AI doing a little bit of wheel spin before we get underway for the Spanish Grand Prix here at the at Barcelona, as the final driver lines up on his grid spot. Nicolaitis has clear road ahead of him as we prepare to get away for the Spanish Grand Prix. I don't know how many lights we have on, but it's a certain amount of lights, and
we
go! For the Spanish Grand Prix. Galileo's got a really good start. He's going to pull up alongside the Alfa Romeo of Nicolaitis there, and we'll see if Nicolaitis can hold on, as it looks like he can. Joel getting past John.
There's a Williams off.
Yeah, Larson's off in the background. There's some gravel being kicked up by the drivers behind as we get away relatively cleanly, as John has got past Joel through turn 3. As we've got some 3 wide moments in the back, converting to 2 wide as we go through turn 4. And down to turn 5 now we have Makenda making his way up the grid. He is already up into P5. Satoshi losing a few positions further down. Galileo losing the rear. That's going to allow
yeah.
John through. It's going to allow Joel. Joel's going to go up the inside. He wants to get up into P3. Galileo gets squeezed onto the gravel, and Pemi's already got a 3-second time penalty.
3 wide with Joel.
Makenda's not going to miss out, as this might not end too well. Galileo is holding on, and Galileo's really missed out there, and has lost a lot of positions. He's lost 3 positions in the space of a couple corners. Makenda making his way up into P4 in the early stages of the race. Good start.
Yeah, that was a hairy situation there with, I think, Joel, Makenda and Galileo going 3 wide, but they somehow come out of it clean. But yeah, Galileo, after that moment he had in that fast corner, he lost a lot of position.
Yeah, Nikolaitis already got that 1 second gap.
What we're talking about, and he already cleared the field.
Pete and Crystal's going side by side. 15th and 16th, a bit of contact between the front and rear wheels. Comes out cleanly though, battling for 15th position as they make their way up to turn 4. Dr. Who's running a bit wide at the exit. And the Alfa Romeo of Heat gets himself up into P15 and on his road to try and getting some points in the Spanish Grand Prix. The gap between Joel and John is definitely forming, as well as the gap between Nikolaitis and John.
Yeah,
a second.
I was just talking about Larson before the race that he qualified so well, and now he's in last place. So yeah, I should have just said nothing again. But at least he doesn't have damage, so that's something.
Yeah, he's still on the back of the train though, as we have a massive train all the way down from 4th to P19, so...
All aboard the Joel train.
Yeah, the sub-compound tyre running of Joel is not doing
yellow.
too well, and that's Crystals in the gravel.
And I think he had some incident with Dr. Uto maybe, because he also lost a position to Larson. But I don't know, I didn't see.
Yeah, maybe. As Crystals is around again
Oh dear.
in the final sector, so it's not looking to be a great start for the Renault driver in this race. Nikolai is an 18.9 for the fastest lap of the session, so...
Yeah, he's speeding away. And Cyril Abitaboul will not be happy with Crystal's antics in this lap.
Yeah, Makenda sets a purple first sector, so he's on the charge on those mediums.
Definitely.
Makenda's just trying to get past Joel, as Joel has now picked up DRS from John, as Wimpy and Inferno Koi have a little side-by-side moment, and Wimpy comes out the best of the rest of them. Crystal has retired.
Yeah.
He is retired in that little corner. We have a VSC, our first virtual safety car of the session. I don't think we'll be seeing any pit stops, as I'm pretty sure there's a Ferrari that went off.
Maybe we'll see some drive-throughs though, the way the Delta works in this game. So...
Yeah, there was some weird Ferrari business. I'm pretty sure the Ferrari lost control of the car. I think it was of Limby. Just before the VSC came out, so that might do something to the Delta. Nikolaitis is just trying to stay on the edge of it, as everyone now is around 100% ERS, so there's no real inconsistency throughout the drivers right now, so it's good for them, as I believe we are back under racing. Now everyone's just speeding up down the straight, all the way up into 8th gear. During VSC, it will be ending very soon.
That's maybe because Nikolaitis had the Delta drop a lot, so that you can just accelerate on the straight. I don't know.
Yeah. I wish you could see the driver's Delta.
Last on pits, so he made use of the VSC.
Oh, drive through penalty for Wimpy.
I was just saying before, I wonder if you're gonna see drive-throughs.
As we're underway. I got really confused. I thought
John is within a second now.
Oh. So that's what really helped Nikolaitis. John's got a really good VSC ending.
Yep.
And that is now giving John the DRS, so that is not going to help Nikolaitis during this race.
Yeah, good point by Jansen in the chat. Like, Makenda has better tires till the end from this stage, and yeah, that's true. Like, the softs start to wear off right now, and he'll have the mediums, of course, and then when the people on hards start to suffer, he'll have fresher hards.
Yeah, so I think...
Unless he does a medium soft or something crazy, but I don't think so.
We might be seeing the rise of Makenda in these next couple laps, as John made a mistake, and that has allowed Nikolaitis out of DRS reach. Wimpy pits, I think to serve as driver would be
Yep,
the
definitely.
most common sense of the reasons.
Unlucky start for Wimpy.
Yeah,
VSC.
just went a bit too fast as it ended, as Heat picks up 3-second penalty. Pemi does have a 3-second time penalty, he picked it up on lap 1. So, not great for the AlphaTauri driver. That was dropping down quite far down the grid at this stage.
Meanwhile, Nicolaitis made the gap again to John. It's now 1.7 seconds. So yeah, he just seems to really like this track.
Yes, seems like ERS isn't really an issue around this circuit. Everyone managing the ERS pretty well. Like everyone really high ERS, and overtake not really being used anywhere else apart from the main straight. So.
And the Joel train turned into the John train.
Yeah, looks like
it's
John's
like everybody behind John.
John's really slowed down. The VSC is definitely not helping Nicolaitis bolt away from the medium runners.
Nope.
If he is going for the 2-stop, he does set the fastest lap of the race, though, so he is trying to.
ABS is saying the pit window is now open for the soft runners.
I don't think AWS knows what it's talking about.
What do you mean? They're the best graphics. Let's bring in tire performance.
Oh, Rosbot on Heat. Another look. Didn't go for the move though.
Yeah,
It's Galileo going
makes
for it on
a
Makenda.
move.
Up the inside. Makenda kind of needs to hold on to this position if he wants to challenge for this podium. Side pod getting very close. Galileo pushing to the inside, but
Makenda
uses a bit of overtake, but the outside line is much better. Satoshi picks up a 3-second penalty, but I'm pretty sure Makenda might go for something if he's close enough. And
Galileo did went off track though when he tried to hold it around the outside, so
yeah, he might have picked up a warning because of that.
Yep.
I love a check. He didn't pick up a warning because of that, so he must have just been on circuit.
Could be.
That must be the replay camera. You know, the replay camera does some interesting things. As Nicolaitis pits, so Nicolaitis is committing to the 2-stop strategy.
Early, that's early. For 1-stop, that's early, so he might go for the 2-stop indeed.
I think I'll be very surprised if he can take hard. Yep, he's pitting onto the medium compound tyres. This is a 2-stop strategy.
2-stop. Yeah, agree. Interesting. I didn't really think, but then again, I didn't, because I know I wasn't gonna ride this track. I didn't practice, so I didn't know the strategies for this one.
I didn't think 2-stop was a viable strategy in this race. Through on testing, Galileo's going to go for on the outside of Joel. The same place he did. He's going to go for the switchback, but he can't get a good exit.
But he lost a lot of speed there, and Makenda nearly runs in the back of him.
Galileo just trying to get himself further up the grid before this pit stop, as he's all as Joel has now lost DRS.
Is Makenda gonna try something? No.
I think the
I think once you're in the DRS train and like everybody ahead of you has DRS, it's really not viable there.
I think I mean if you brake later then though, I think.
Just
I'm the one for aggressive driving. Oh, Galileo's lost the rear here, so this could be an opportunity for Makenda
Satoshi pits.
Oh yeah, so I think he'll be committing to the 2-stop as well. As Makenda's going to go for it up the inside. The McLaren has a bit more legs. Up the inside, Makenda breaks himself. But it looks like Makenda might have the move done on this occasion unless Galileo has a safer coming up into turn 3. Turn 4 and he does.
Oh, they touch, and yeah, I think, I don't know, I think he turned in. I'm gonna play now.
Well, I think Galileo just went for a gap that was going to be closing. I think he should have just waited a bit longer. It's
a difficult one.
It's very
Yeah, he was a bit late. Unfortunately, I think he was too late.
But of course, I feel bad for the driver.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to...
No one.
Scene 4, we were not scene 2. Calm down, people. I'm old. Chill. Anyway. Yeah, so now we got McKenna and Pammy in third and fourth, and John pits.
So that becomes second and third for the two AlphaTauris.
I mean, I just like Bob's intro. I mean, why not show it again?
Everyone loves intros. As he goes on to the hard, so this might be our first driver that is fully committing to the one-stop strategy from the soft.
And Nicolaitis doesn't slow down.
He's not hanging about, so that's the fastest lap. Oh, Nico Rosbot and Infernal Koi round turn 3. Very close between the two. One going onto the grass, running completely off circuit as they go side by side into turn 4. Infernal Koi looking for the switchback but can't quite find it. And Nico Rosbot slots in to P10 to the last points paying position.
Yeah, now Nicolaitis becomes a bit stuck in traffic.
And the lead! He's gonna go around the outside of Joel in the hairpin, and he's got the move done easy. Just breaks later than Joel. Those softs will be screaming for help at this point.
Joel really has to pit this on next lap. Oh, it's gonna cost him a lot of time.
I think he'll be pitting this lap, but McKenna finally gets some clean air that he's been craving for the whole of the race. I think Joel is gonna stay out one more lap, so he's gonna hold on to these medium runners. That could be really.
Yeah, that's gonna bring Pammy into play as well.
But this also could be a good strategy for Joel, as if he can hold on to around this lap 10, he will be in a good position because he would have took the softs as just as long as what the medium runners have. But the grip is just not there for these drivers, and Nicolaitis gets ahead of Infernal Koi, and now it's his teammate up ahead.
I'm still watching this. Ooh, Joel Pammy battle, and Adam nearly ran into the back of Pammy because Joel brakes a bit earlier, of course. You have to be really aware that, like, when there's a driver ahead who's on oval tires, he might brake a bit earlier than you're used to.
Yeah, Joel really struggling. Is Pammy going to be able to get the move done down the hairpin? He's got so much more speed. He's going to be able to brake so much later. Joel goes inside though. Joel's defended well, and he's kept the position.
Yeah, that's holding up the whole train behind. All those medium runners will be screaming. Like, get out of the way, Joel!
Come on, man. Pit, just pit. I think Joel will be finally pitting at the end of this lap, and he does. He boxes for what presumably would be the hard compound tires at this stage.
So. Good defending though.
Definitely. Yeah, he's done pretty well to take them that long. So well done to Joel for taking on Bebex and Adderall, going side by side. Bit of contact.
There's also a yellow.
I think it's Satoshi. Satoshi had spun.
Oh dear.
At the exit of the final corner. He was fighting Joel for position, but I think Joel's definitely going to get ahead now.
Yeah, he is ahead.
Joel 2.6 seconds behind John, but obviously softer tires. It's not softer tires.
Means, like, if you look at the gap to Nicolaitis from John, then Nicolaitis gained a lot already.
I think Nicolaitis needs to, because of that two-stop strategy that will be forming stock to picks up a 3-second time penalty, so which won't help him in his race. Yeah,
but Nicolaitis is in clean air for the foreseeable time. He's like 4 seconds behind Iason. And he cleared that traffic pretty fast, so he's still setting himself up to make that two-stop work.
12 seconds separates McKenna and Nicolaitis. I don't know, I can't remember how long a pit stop is from here exactly. I think it's around 19 seconds.
Yeah, could be.
So that's the gap that Nicolaitis has to close.
As he keeps setting fastest laps. Fastest lap after fastest lap.
Iason and Sonny going side by side. Iason looks to have held on for now. The Red Bull has to wait a bit longer to get past the hard running driver.
Sonny's still looking though.
Unless it was the other way around. Unless Iason got past Sonny, I'm pretty sure that.
Yeah, you might be right. as Sonny is losing time, so that would make sense.
Yeah. Anyway, as they make their way through the corners and up into hairpin central for these drivers at the heaven, Inferno Kai picks a 3-second time penalty up in the racing point.
Yeah, we still got this little train going behind Pammy with Adam and Bebix and Timo. Timo's had a quiet race, but is now in P5, and McKenna need pits.
So I wonder where he's going to come out relative to Joel as Wimpy picks up a 3-second time penalty.
And ABS with a beautiful tire strategy graphic again, saying the pit window is now open for the medium runners.
Oh, thank you, AWS.
We didn't notice why the guy on mediums actually pitting.
Wow, amazing. Anyway, so Canada's going to come out ahead of Joel quite comfortably there. I think obviously over AlphaTauri that Joel wants to try and undercut.
So that leaves Pammy in the lead for now.
Yep, I think Pammy might pit this lap, however.
And then I think everybody from the
Timo?
top 6 still has to pit.
Timo's got a 3-second down penalty.
Which basically leaves Nicolaitis in the net lead, but that's obvious.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting though if he builds enough of a lead to make the 2-stop work. Or
I don't really know
attack
how
at the end.
I don't really know how big the gap is between Nicolaitis and McKenna at this current moment, as Pemmy pits as predicted, and the rest stay out for another lap.
Yeah, that leaves Bebix in charge of leading the field. Well, Jensen is pretty sure the 2-stop is too slow and it's not viable, so yeah, we'll see.
I think Nicolaitis can prove Jensen wrong and make it work.
Of course, like a safety car or something could still change things up.
Yep, it can very much happen. The grid is very close relatively as Pemmy comes out. Is he going to come out ahead or behind Joel? He's just ahead.
Yeah.
So obviously those couple laps by Pemmy were enough to get him ahead of Joel.
Now Jensen says, yeah, if we're going to talk about safety cars, even a 3-stop can be viable. I know. I'm just saying.
McKenna running phone Coy, the wheels touching. I thought there might have been a car around there, but thankfully not.
Yeah, they're gonna be behind the same traffic that Nicolaitis had to clear earlier.
Yeah.
With the medium starting people. As Galileo picks up a penalty.
So Coy runs wide, and McKenna says McKenna doesn't need a second invitation, and he takes that away. In front of Coy.
Yes. Adam no pits. He's also going on the hards.
So I think the majority of drivers have now stopped. I think we've got Bebix, Timor, Arias, and Rosbot, and Heat, who all need to make a pit stop now.
Yeah, and I have no clue when Iason will start to think about pitting, because those hards can go pretty long.
Yeah.
You'll definitely go hard soft, right? I mean, there's no other way why you would do that.
I think he might try and go for the soft compound tires.
Yeah.
And he'll just try and take them around lap 23, 24. Around there.
As Nicolaitis is now searching away past Iason.
Yeah, he's
Didn't
looking
make it work there.
So that's where you throw away past. Just can't quite find one.
Yeah, he should be patient and wait for the straight, I'd say, but yeah.
So
You never know.
Bebix and Timo both pit.
That leaves Iason in the lead, if only for one straight maybe.
Nice and darts to the inside line. Ooh, oh god, no,
That was close.
So it shows that Iason is definitely going to be defending this position. Iason
Nope.
gets left room, but those mediums just have a lot more grip.
You might
in
want to try
them.
something
Yes, he's not
here.
going to give it up though. That was almost Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton-esque
Yep.
from 2016.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
but
there
that's
were-
the
yeah,
time
that is. He just doesn't have the grip. Nice try though.
Yes, I think I'll put some grass and gravel on his tires. I don't think he would have. He would have won. He would won.
So now we've
As
got, yeah, the next and interesting fight is I think between the whole, yeah, possible podium with Makanda, John, Pammy, Adam, Bibix, Joel, all close together, and even Timo and Satoshi. The field was really close there. It's just,
Well, the gap between Nikolaitis and Makenda is 11 seconds. So how long is a pit stop around the Catalunya circuit?
I think about 20 seconds, but oh, and somebody went off.
Pemmy's
Pemmy
off.
went
Pemmy's
off.
gravel.
I just saw a car go out of my view. I thought that's strange, and that was Pemmy.
So Pemmy is going to have some gravel on his tires now as Nico Rosberg pits for his first one and only pit stop.
That's a late one, 16 laps on mediums.
Yeah, very low one. And he wants to take them as long as he can. Is Timo going to have a go on Pemmy as he comes into the first corner? He is. Up the inside he goes.
And at the same time, there was some fight between Galileo and
Larson.
I think, yeah, I think he got past.
Yeah. Pemmy still does. Timo gets past Pemmy. Heat picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, Pemmy's tires might be suffering a bit from that moment he had just earlier. Will not be happy losing so many positions in a short while, but yeah, the field is still close in that group.
I think if Nikolaitis pits and comes out behind them, which I think at this stage is, I think will happen.
Then the question is, can he pass all those people?
Oh, Vivix almost goes around! That double right-hander almost claimed another victim.
I somehow switched my camera onto him just as it was happening, so that's lucky.
Yeah.
He did correct it in time though.
Red Bull, looking very unstable. Galileo, and that was someone else who picked up a penalty that I couldn't quite see.
Yeah, me neither. It all happened so fast.
It was John. John picked up a 3-second penalty.
And last on pits now as well.
Yep. Bibix doesn't look too happy on those hard compound tyres. He lost the rear a few times during the last couple of laps. So hopefully he can keep that on the circuit and be able to score some decent points.
Well, I remember in real life this race, the driver said the hard was a terrible tire around here. Of course the game is different, but Bibix thinks definitely the same as the F1 drivers do. He does not like these hards so far.
The gap between Nikolaitis and Makenda is still 11 seconds, so those mediums aren't looking too healthy. But the main issue with Nikolaitis' 2-stop is he's going to come behind that big train.
Yeah, and then he has to clear all of them. I'm not sure about the strategy choice here, but we'll see.
Yeah, he definitely needs to put in some very good couple of laps and wants to overcut them. I'm just looking at the gaps constantly. As Adam's going to get past John, the racing point, not fighting that one too much, and that's Adam up into P4.
Good
So I
work by
think
Adam.
Makenda right now is our effective leader of the Grand Prix. Once Nikolaitis makes his stop, because the top two still need to make their final pit stop. Then it's Adam and John. So
And we've got Timo close behind Joel now. It's going to be an interesting one to watch.
yep. So you get the power on. Joel looking for his first point scoring position of the season, I believe. It looks like if he can keep it clean, he'll be able to pick it up here.
Yeah, then he's earlier with that than last season, then it took him quite a while.
He became P4 last season.
Yeah, I know. That was a great race.
Yeah. As he makes his way around the long right-hander.
That's EA
Oh,
pits.
Timo almost losing it. Yep, let me find CS and pit.
Nah, I don't think he's gonna go on soft then. He'll probably choose the mediums. But let's wait and see.
And he is on the medium compound tires.
Yeah. 13 laps is just not possible.
Yeah, it's probably the right decision on this occasion. As Adam picks up a 3-second penalty.
Jason comes out in P11. So yeah, Nicolaitis, if he pits, he comes out around P10.
yeah.
So it's gonna be...
The gap was 4 seconds between the two, so it is going to be behind that big train. There was a battle going on there. Bebex went up the inside of John and it didn't quite end well. Bebex had to step out of that before we saw a repeat of what happened to Galileo and Makenda.
Yeah, it's just too late to catch that, unfortunately. And we got also quite some people behind Joel with Timo, Pammy and Satoshi all lining up. Ooh,
Yep.
and I think, was that Pammy who almost lost it? I think so.
It
He had a
might
bit
have
of a
been.
moment there.
Didn't quite
Pammy's
catch.
also been struggling on those hards a bit.
Nicolaitis pulls it in the pit lane and we're on for a second set of medium tyres. We'll see where he comes out of the pit lane.
Yeah, McKenna's definitely passed. That's no surprise.
As Makenda goes by.
Then Adam, John, Bebex. Yeah, he's gonna drop back to
Yep,
P-
there we go. Behind the train as
10
predicted.
or just before P10.
P9 here.
P9 it is. Well, good luck with that.
He's got to overtake all 8 cars to get himself back up
Yeah.
into the lead.
And a lot of them are in a DRS range, so it's not gonna be that simple.
Yep, 8 seconds he has to close in on Makenda.
As Timo is desperately trying to pass Joel, but he cannot find the gap quite right. That's a weird sentence. He cannot get the gap quite.
He can't find the gap. He can't
That's
find the gap.
probably easier, but
Yeah, Timo just looks like he's not getting a good exit on the corners that matter, and it's not allowing him to be able to make a move. As they make their way.
And that leaves Timo vulnerable for an attack from one of the other guys. With Pammy and Satoshi.
Oh, Pemmy looks up! There's a bit of contact between the two. Nicolaitis is going up the inside of the chicane. That's a bit of contact between Nicolaitis and Satoshi. Nicolaitis manages to save it before anything amounts to anything.
He might still make a move here though.
This might be Nicolaitis' first victim. But it doesn't look like Satoshi's going to give it up easily, which is fair. But
Jason with the fastest lap.
yep, so Jason's going to be reeling this train in. Galileo's 1.5 behind. Nicolaitis gets himself his first position.
Yeah, this is gonna be a huge train from like second till well, there's a bit of a gap with Joel then, but still a pretty big group.
Oh, Nicolaitis has a penalty. That's the one that we didn't catch. Nicolaitis has a time penalty.
That's not gonna help him either then. Yes.
I just check. So I'll check the penalty situation with Makenda as Dr. Uther.
Uther leaves, yeah.
Makenda has no penalties. Adam has 2. John has 1. Bebex has 1. Joel doesn't have 1. Timo has 1. And Pemmy has 1. So by the looks of it, Makenda and Joel look to be in a pretty good position with no penalties.
Could we see Joel on the podium then? That would be
Please.
cool.
There's 3.4 seconds between him and Bixby, and Timo gets
Timo.
passed. I think that move's been coming on for quite a while now, and Timo manages to perform it. And now it's Pemmy behind Joel.
I wonder if Nicolaitis can keep his cool. He's been like by far the fastest on track, but the strategy doesn't really help him here.
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd strategy from the driver. As Jason picks up
yeah.
time penalty.
There's gonna be some position switch at the end, that's for sure. And
Yeah, but
Joel
Joel
gets a
picks
penalty.
So
That's probably his podium chance gone then.
Yeah, I think if he had one, it's definitely gone at this stage. But I think he's still keeping up with Timo. Those Pemi's really struggling with that corner, and Nikolaitis doesn't need a second invitation. He goes up the
Nope.
inside.
In general, though, I noticed that Pemi has been struggling ever since he went on the hard stint.
Wait, we got a safety car.
Inferno retires and the safety car.
Joel goes
Wow.
straight into the pits. That was perfect for Joel. As Joel pulls into the pit lane.
Inferno bended in the fast corner.
Oh, that's unfortunate for the Racing Point driver.
And Joel with the perfect timing.
Yeah, but Joel was in that pit lane straight away, and it's gonna be the medium compound tires,
That's a
which
safe
I think
choice.
is definitely
And
the safe option.
there's a penalty, or was the pit stop just slow? I don't know.
Well, for Joel,
Yeah, it looked a bit slow. I don't know. Maybe he was held up by another car or something. I don't know.
it looked okay to me.
Interestingly enough, Satoshi and Sonny picked the soft tires.
Could be an interesting decision, but now all the drivers that have penalties
Yep.
are kind of grabbing themselves because now the whole field is bunched up.
Still no issue for McKender though.
No,
Will be
McKenda's fine. Big issue though for Adam, who is sat in P2 with two penalties, amounting to 6 seconds overall. So the drivers that have about 3 seconds, I don't think will be worrying as much as I think a lot of drivers do, but I don't think they'll know that.
So are you ready for a sprint race then?
I'm ready.
I hope it's not a 5-man open lobby or a 5-lap open lobby.
McKenda pits,
Yep.
Adam
He has the
pits,
time.
John pits, Bebix pits,
Everybody
Timo
pits.
pits. Nikolaitis doesn't.
Bebix doesn't pit. He goes on.
This is gonna be a nail biter. Is Nikolaitis gonna come out ahead of McKenda? He does. Nikolaitis is comfortably out ahead of McKenda.
So
Bebix.
about that 2-stop from Nikolaitis.
Oh, we said if there was a safety car, it could really help it. But
See, Jensen, I was right. There will be a safety car and Nikolaitis will make it. So, what are you on about? Where are you now, Jensen? Should thank Inferno for that one.
yeah, I think we definitely should.
Yeah, McKender is on mediums, and there are some arguments in chat like they should really pick Sauce because there's 2 laps behind the safety car, and then you only have like 7 laps to run.
Yeah, to me, Bebix has a penalty, so
Nikolaitis also has a penalty. McKender doesn't.
McKenda just needs to stick with Nikolaitis, and he has won this race.
Yep, agree.
As long as he doesn't pick up a penalty along the way, which could be a definite possibility. So the safety car has really spiced this race up in coming into the closing stage.
I think we'll still have to go another lap because there's still some guys quite far behind. Dr. Uther, Wimpy, Larsson and Heat still have to join the field.
I think they will definitely make it though, so we will resume it on lap 26 of the Grand Prix.
Well, Jensen is being really harsh. He says like Adam and Timo are the only one with brains in the top 6 because they picked the softs. I think it's a bit harsh.
That's a bit, yeah.
I mean, some people are just not that confident on the soft on this circuit because it goes off pretty fast. So they might just not want to take the risk. We'll see.
I think
Bebix will have a hard time though on those hards.
oh yeah, I think we might see Bebix fall through the grid pretty quickly.
The cool thing of that is you can of course claim, yeah, I led the race until like the final few laps.
I had the race lead,
I
but
had the race won, but unfortunately, no.
The safety car came in. That's why I lost the race.
Yeah, yeah. I expected the safety car to stay out. There was a lot of debris of that racing point.
I had a penalty, you know. It was an unfair penalty to get removed.
Anyway, it's definitely going in this lap. I cannot imagine it staying out another lap. And then we have a nice 7 lap sprint race. Let's
yeah.
go.
I think we'll enjoy it, I suppose.
Start Mario Kart music. No, to be fair, like the last races of Tier 2 have been really clean.
Yeah.
They really improved in that aspect in last season.
Yeah, I mean, it was enjoyable to watch. There's a lot more action with a lot more drivers though as we get underway for this safety car. These 17 drivers wearing to go. Bebex, I assume, is going to bolt away.
Ooh, Nikolaitis hits.
We might see a penalty, and there is a penalty.
Both get a penalty. I think Bebex will want to get that removed.
Nikolaitis doesn't get a penalty. Nikolaitis does not get a penalty for that collision.
Yeah, I think Bebex will get that removed because he didn't really look like he brake checked or anything. Anyway, racing is well underway, and Joel.
He lost it. McKenna's got a 3-second penalty. It's all gone wrong. McKenna's got wing damage. It's all gone wrong for McKenna.
Very wrong.
Oh no. McKenna with the wing damage, that's really going to hamper him. That might put him outside the top 10. His team
that's cruel. And
there's only a few laps left.
Joel moved up a couple of positions and Timo did as well.
Yeah, I think someone pitted. Adam pitted. I think he must have got wing damage from that collision, so Toshi got another 3-second time penalty. As the drivers make their way.
As Bebex is now the ideal block between Nikolaitis and the rest of the field.
Yep, Nikolaitis looked he might be in hot seat to win this race. Since Makanda did pick up that penalty, which is a shame for Makanda. Which I don't think would have happened if he hadn't got that wing damage, so...
Yeah, Makanda was really struggling.
It is a shame for the AlphaTauri.
You'll have Timo behind him within no time.
Yeah, Timo on the soft compound tyres, so we'll be definitely catching him at the rate of knots. As I come down... Time penalty, he's fighting with Galileo for P9. As Nico Rosberg picks up the dirty air. So he runs a bit wide, but I think that is the move done for Galileo. Getting a bit close between the rear. Winfrey picks up another 3-second time penalty to add to the list as he is down in P15. Unfortunately for him it is. Timo is right on the back of McKenna now, it didn't take long.
Nope.
Timo's looking at a top 4 finish if he continues on.
Timo had a penalty as well, right? Like one.
Yeah.
One penalty, I think.
Yep, Timo has one penalty, he's going to go up the inside. He's
going to make the move, but he doesn't make it work.
He doesn't really commit to the move, he wasn't really as far alongside as he would have liked.
Yeah, McKenna is really, really struggling there. He's just holding up everybody now.
Yeah, I think these drivers all want to get through. That is a really tight train. DRS has now been enabled, so we'll see it from
Timo will spam that button as soon as he can.
I ace him with a 17.6. He is down. He's not down. Well, in P11. He's in P11 currently.
Also, John still hasn't passed Bebex, so.
I mean, he picks up a 3-second penalty. This is Timo getting past McKenna now, as McKenna runs really off track. Is Joel gonna have a look? No, he's not.
Not yet.
Oh, he's going up the inside anyway! Joel sees the gap and he seizes the opportunity. And he is going around the outside and he's got the move done. Inside the top 5 he goes.
Yeah, McKenna is really falling back the order quickly now.
If Joel gets past Timo, it's a podium.
He was looking at a potential race win and now he's dropping all the way back. That must be hard.
Yeah, it must be as McKenna picks up another 3.
And this race is just going from... He might not even get points.
Dive bomb for Satoshi and he's made it work. I said we'd see a dive bomb at the inside of the hairpin. And my prayers have been answered.
McKenna is just getting harassed now. Like everybody's making moves on him.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. If Joel can make his way past Timo,
Yeah,
Joel's
McKenna pits, it's over for him.
yep. If Joel gets past Timo, Joel's looking at a potential podium.
McKenna retires, yeah.
Yeah. So if Joel can get his way through, it could be his first podium in SLR.
Wow. Come on, Joel, stick in there. We have to be partial, actually. I can't really do that.
And Timo's had tons of podiums. He had tons of podiums.
Yeah, that's true.
Timo, as he makes his way, trying to hold on.
And John is still stuck behind Bebix.
Yeah, John has not really made a way of progress to separate, to remove the gap between him and Nikolaitis. There's like power through turn 9 does Timo and Joel, and down to turn 10. Well, softs will go off eventually.
Yeah, they'll be close to going off near the final lap. As chat is just full on supporting Joel.
No bias in the streams, we promise.
Nope.
Adam picks up a 3-second time penalty. It's gonna be close, I think.
John is catching on the straight now, but he's still not close enough to make a move.
Maybe if a bit of John and Bebix side-by-side action might help. Jason and Galileo side-by-side action is happening right now as Galileo gets that position. So Galileo, the person that was spun around in the early part of the race, is in P7 right now.
Yep.
Not about showing from McLaren.
No, he's
Showing
been
that
pretty fast, definitely. And Jason is just not having his race. Well, he moved up a lot when he was running on those hards for that long. He'll still come away with some points, but not the amount of points he'd probably hoped for to gain on Legend, who's not here.
Yeah, McKenna looked like a hot seat to be on the top step of the podium. He's not here now, so
Yeah.
Legend Championship lead is looking pretty safe right now.
Yeah, Legend will be really happy with that safety car. Maybe send Racing Point team a little thanks.
You mind binning it, please?
Yeah.
I'll give you £5.
This is Legend. Zbinala.
Also known as line abuser.
Yeah.
Also known as.
As John is now really close to Bebix, I wonder if he's finally gonna make a move.
It might be close, Galileo.
Galileo. Yeah, that's not gonna help. Another penalty.
No, nothing's really materializing in this late stage of the race. We are approaching the final lap.
Yeah, but most people are of course on relatively fresh tires or same age tires, so it's gonna be difficult to make a move here.
We might see some late lap penalties as well.
Actually quite impressed with Bebix's speed on those old hards. He's even gaining on Nikolaitis.
Yeah, I respect it. Like, I think Nikolaitis' mediums are past their
Best.
their due date, so they're past the best before, so
Yeah, we're heading to the final lap now. And
But
there's a
a
yellow,
yellow-
is that Wimpy? Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a Ferrari somewhere.
As we approach the final lap. The last chance down the main straight for any overtakes really. Jason, it crashes in the
Jason!
pit lane!
How? And Larson is off as well.
I feel like there may have been
Some
a
contact.
collision between the two.
Well, so as I was saying before, like Jason coming away with some points, that's off the cards as well. It's just not been a good day for the championship leaders.
Yeah, as Larson been disqualified from the session for blocking the pit lane.
And Wimpy retires as well. So all of a sudden the whole field retires. And we're left with 13 people.
Okay, we're approaching the final lap
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
We are on the final
We're on
lap.
the final lap even.
So Nikolaitis just has to navigate a few more corners and he will.
You really
cross the
win the
line.
race. I don't know,
I-
but
I think so.
okay.
I think John has a penalty, and Goliath only has one as well. So I think they will come away with he will come away with the win.
And Bibix
He
has
makes-
multiple penalties, I think.
Maybe has that 5-second time penalty, but
Oh.
Nikolai is going to cross the line. He's going to win the race
P1.
as Bibix crosses the line, and he is
Oh,
down.
Joel is just half a second off podium. P4 still equalizes his best finish though.
Yep, Bibix P5, Satoshi P6, Sonny P7, Rosbot P8, Pemi P9, Galileo P10, Heat P11, Dr. Uther P12, and Adam is P13. Good race. Good race, I would
Yeah,
say.
so in the end, I think Nikolaitis can be happy that there was a safety car, because I'm not sure he would have made that two-stop work otherwise. And yeah, McKenna will be left pondering what might have been.
Yeah, I think Wakanda will be pretty sad about that.
As we see the podium celebrations, Nikolaitis looks really happy, or at least his in-game avatar looks really happy.
I think he will be. That was a good job by the.
Yeah, as we're looking at the final result screen now, you already mentioned the top 10. Then it's Heat, Dr. Uther and Adam, and our non-finishers are Wimpy, Eason, McKender, Inferno, X-Crystals and Larson. So it's interesting, who would you think is the driver today?
Timo. I think I'll give it to Timo. It was a good drive for him throughout. He kept it clean, and he comes away with a podium from 12th on the grid. I think that is
Yeah,
definitely
you're correct.
my driver of the day.
Yeah, I think I might agree. Although Joel also did a good race, but he started P4, so that's a bit different. Timo definitely, yeah. We didn't really mention him a lot, but he did move up all the time and got away with a podium. So yeah, Timo it is.
Yep, so that's our driver of the day.
Let's go to the interviews, perhaps.
I think we shall. No one's in the gentleman's lounge. No one wants to talk
Okay.
to us.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I've been nothing but mean to these drivers. I mean, you race with them from one season and they ignore you already.
Anyway, we've got Satoshi in the gentleman's lounge.
I'll drag him in.
So Satoshi, how was your race today? Was it?
Greetings.
Hello.
Hello.
How was my race? Quali was kind of okay. And then I had a kind of a good start, but one of the towers didn't let me enough space. Maybe it was McKender, and then I was kind of okay but I spin at the at the end of the last chicane, and basically my undercut was like goodbye, and then the safety car came out, and I basically stuck in the traffic, and I had zero chance to pass people, and yeah, I had pens, so didn't have really enough chance to like get a podium or something, but I'm kind of disappointed. But yeah, I basically threw off a podium, to be honest. But yeah, it is what it is, as always.
Well, it's just unfortunate for you. It's. I'm sure you'll bounce back next week and you'll.
Yeah. Next week always Ferrari says the same thing. But yeah.
But you at least have an equal car and not a Ferrari, so that's a good thing.
Haas is shit anyways.
Yeah.
So.
You
Well,
can-
basically, I'm driving a Ferrari, but it's yeah. Basically, I drive a Ferrari.
Yeah, a Ferrari, but it's even more shit.
Basically, yes. Basically, yes. I mean, I'm not angry that I got the seat last moment, but yeah. I just I really kind of close about like giving up the whole thing, because I don't have basically enough time to prep myself, as always. Like, I always say the same thing, but yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that
maybe
can be
should give
difficult.
up. Yeah, I mean, don't have much time. Like I do like quali and that's it, and I basically don't have enough time to prep myself enough. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully Monaco, shitfest. Hopefully I will survive and not get punted. So yeah, hopefully this will work out. Hopefully next week. But yeah, thanks guys.
Yeah, thank you, Satoshi.
Yeah, see you guys.
See you next race.
Right, let's check our race winner, Nikolaitis, who's chilling in the gentleman's lounge. It wasn't looking too great until that safety car came out. Tell us the race from your perspective.
Yeah, I mean, wow. First of all, congratulations to everyone raced full clean. I mean, from my side at least, I didn't have any incidents to start with. So it was a risk, of course, going with the two-stop. I felt like I was pretty quick in the medium tires and I didn't do well with the hards. So I was like, I'm gonna go for it, trying to grab the pole and then create some gap. But yeah, Bailey, as you said, first saved car, it was fine, the virtual. But yeah, the second, of course, saved me. As when I saw the guys in front pitting me, I was like, now I have to get past Babix immediately and start opening that gap. To be honest, I was hoping that Makender would be like close to 3 seconds because I had a penalty and Makender didn't. But when I saw the gap opening, I was like, there's no way I'm winning this race. There's no way I'm winning this race. I've been trying that from the last season after that unlucky moment in Britain in season 4 and Germany. And that P2, of course, last race. I'm very happy that my risk proved to be good and for first time, wow.
Yeah, it was really a risk with the pit stop. Did you think without a safety car that you could have made it as well, or I just wonder?
I don't know, probably not, because I had stuck in the traffic, of course, with the guys Timo Satoshi and Pemia. So there was no chance I could even get to the podium. It was very hard for me because of course, the risk didn't pay off. But yeah, the safety car, of course, came out and saw the guys pit in, and I was like, the soft runners won't make it to the end, and the medium runners will be equal as me. So this is when I realized, yeah, I'm a contender for the win, and I gave it everything.
Yeah, you definitely did. Well
How
done.
many yeah, great race from you, man. We'll put you back into the gentleman's lounge and let you talk to your fellow racers. Yeah, fantastic race from you today. Hope to see you on the grid more. Next week.
Yes, good night, bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Alright, who should we bring in next? We've got Joel, Sonny, Timo, and Adam.
Let's bring in Timo, our driver of today.
Yep, Timo from P12 on the grid came across the line in P3. So
you're on stream, Timo.
you are.
Yeah, Joel's voice just suddenly turned into Bailey's, and I took like half a second too long to realize it was.
That is quite different.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, so we thought we award you with the driver of the day for that race from P12 to P3. You were kind of like anonymous, but still up there. Can you tell us a bit about your race?
Well, thanks a lot, first of all, for the driver of the day. I am really happy with that race, especially. I think I say this every single week I do an interview, but I did like limited practice. I made lunch and then I ate, and it was like 13 o'clock, and then I started practicing and did like 4 hours or something just today, and that was basically it. So for that to get me to P4 or P3, depending on what happens to Bebix, is really, really good for me. I mean, it's Spain though. It's like a track I've historically always somehow gotten somewhere. Last season got my first podium there, and yeah, it was a really fun race, and I'm happy with my performance. I think I made some mistakes that if I got the chance to drive the same race again, I would now know and would do differently. But all in all, I can't really complain. It's just like minor things, being bad at overtaking mainly.
Yeah, I
Hey,
was. Sorry.
job.
I
Maybe
you or me?
you go.
Okay. I was going to mention like when you were I think stuck behind Joel for a bit and with the whole train behind you, you
Yeah.
did have difficulty overtaking, but you just mentioned it yourself. But don't you think that's also a bit like the circuit, because even on Spain it's not really that easy, especially because the straights are not that long, I think.
Yeah, it's just really, really difficult to follow out of the chicanes at the end of the lap, and my sector threes have just always been very meh when I was behind Joel, so I always got close, and then when it came to sector 3 and actually to stick behind him, I always lost so much time that it was like 0.6, and then I couldn't get him on the straight. And I would always make the wrong calls when it came to ERS, like that I realized too late, like I decide not to use any, and then I realize, oh no, he's not using any either, so I press the button and hope I can get a move off, and then I don't reach them, so I've just wasted everything. And it was like I made a couple of wrong decisions like that. And then the same issue happened later on in McKenna, where like everyone was just, okay, you need to be decisive in turn 10 now, and then I am like I just half sent it basically, and I realized, oh, I'm not really there, and he's kind of broken me. So then I half stick my nose in, and oh no, I can't crash into him now, so I need to brake even more. So that cost me so much time. It was really bad. I should have either stayed behind him or just sent it. But those things basically, I think, are the main issues I had this race. It was, but apart from that, you know, I think it was a good race. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us in the commentary box. I have no further questions. Do you,
Thanks for having me.
Niba? Do you have any
No,
questions?
that was my last one.
Okay,
Also, I want to quickly complain.
Oh dear.
My qualifying, okay? I actually don't remember who it was, but someone wanted to get out of my way into turn 10. It was my last lap, and I was up by 10. Yeah, I've been told it was on stream. And he wanted to get out of my way, and he was panicking, so he turned right into the brake marker board, and I completely lost every sense of location. I had no clue what happened. I lost like 2 or 3 tenths, and then I spun the corner after that.
We did catch that. He had like 3 brake markers or something.
Yeah, he just went so. But, I mean, I've done some bad things as well when I panic on getting out of the way late, so you know it happens. But
Out of the way. I mean, when that happens, I think it's better to get out of the way.
yeah, it was just an incredibly comical situation. Had it not cost me like, I don't know, 2 or 3 tenths in quali, but happens. Thanks for having me.
No problem. We'll drag it back.
Thank you, Timo.
Yep.
Should we bring in Joel or Adam?
Let's bring in Joel.
So Joel crossed the line. P4 was it in the end? So
Yep.
congratulations to Joel, matching your best ever position. Do you think you could have stretched out further and maybe snatched that podium away from Timo?
Well, it's my best finish in SLR. I know I crossed the line P4 in Abu Dhabi last season, but Larson got a penalty removed, so I was P5 in the end. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I think I could have got Timo because Satoshi was pressurizing me from behind, so I had to defend in a couple of corners on the last few laps. But I think if I had a gap behind me, I would have been able to just get in the DRS and focus on overtaking Timo. But I'm not going to complain. I'm happy with P4.
Oh, okay. Congrats on that. There's Monaco up next, and obviously a lot of
Oh yes,
don't like Monaco, but you sound like you do.
I love Monaco. My results don't show it, but
Yeah, I do like Monaco. But,
I like Monaco
you
as
don't
well.
die.
I usually die, so
Yeah.
that's not my track.
Well, but if you're good at surviving and everyone else dies, you're probably going to finish in the points.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
For all these races, I haven't done any practice for all the races so far, so I think I might have to do a bit of practice for Monaco.
It might be.
Might be wise, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I only practiced the new track, so you're not alone. Like, yeah, I did to Vietnam and Zandvoort. I think everybody did.
Yes.
Yeah. So we see you around in Monaco, and do you also feel like you're fast there, by the way? I just have no clue.
Well, I think the end of last season, when the SLR last season ended, I was doing other leagues and I was really like on the pace for that game. I was getting so used to it. I think this game doesn't suit me as much, but I feel I was faster on the last game in comparison. But yeah, I'm sure I'll get better as I practice more.
Okay.
We'll hope you. We'd like to see you up there, getting some more high-paying positions as well to match this week. Hopefully the momentum can keep going.
Yeah.
So we'll put you down the gentleman's lounge. Thank you for joining us in the commentary box, and
Thank you.
we'll see you next week.
See you next week, Joel.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And our last interview, Adam, who looked to be doing quite well until the safety car came out. So Adam, our last interview, you seem to be on track for a good position, but then there was a bit of confusion behind the safety car. So how was the race from your perspective?
From that, I was actually doing alright. I didn't actually expect to be dragged into an interview because we was actually just discussing the incident. From my point of view, I just went onto the softs because I thought it would be a gamble to actually pull away from the medium runners. Because I needed to get that gap, obviously, because I had the 6-second penalty. But then I don't know who's at fault for it, but like looking from it, someone just stopped in front of me, and then Nicolidis, I think Bebix or Nicolidis had contact. But I'm gonna let the FIA decide who's at fault for it, or if there is anyone at fault.
From what I've seen, it's a game thing. I think Bebix was too close to the safety car, so the game slowed Bebix down, and that's what caused the collision, by the looks of it, and from what I've seen. But I think, yeah, the stewards will investigate it.
Yeah,
they'll come to the conclusion.
If that was not Bebix's fault, then GG Code is. But yeah, kind of really disappointed because I definitely had the potential to actually get onto that podium. But obviously that wasn't the case in the end, and then me and Macender, who was pretty much out front for the majority of that race, then pretty much didn't get a reward for it because of what happened, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that stuff just happens, unfortunately, as we all know, especially with the safety car this season especially is a bit weird, I think. I don't know if you also had the bug where you get held back by the safety car and
Yes, I have. It's honest. It's like the most annoying thing in the world, but you can't do much about it in the end. So like, it's getting mad. It was getting mad at someone at the end, but not really any point now. So God knows what happens. Because he just.
Still a nice job, I suppose.
Yeah, but oh well. It was still a good experience. You had like actually getting that race, but obviously just disappointed with how it ended. So.
Yeah. Well, I think will you be racing next week?
We will have a discussion because that was actually an upgraded internet, so I was actually looking forward to actually doing that. So I was actually racing until short notice at this point, but yeah, I hope to be back to next week because I am actually looking out to try and sign a contract. I'm kind of like a Hulkenberg at the moment. So whatever if there is one that comes on offer, then I hope I can actually take it because the last 2 weeks I've wanted to race, but then technical issues of not being able to actually allow to that. So hopefully that showing then was enough to convince any potential teams that want a Hulkenberg to have it.
Well, I think we'll drag you back into the gentleman's lounge. Thank you for joining us in the commentary box for this interview, and hopefully we will see you next week.
Right then, thank you. See you in a bit.
Thank you.
And that's the last of our interviews.
Yeah, I think that rounds it off. An interesting race with an interesting finale, and also be sure. I think I also showed the promo for it already to check out the Extreme Rivals on the 31 of August, if I'm correct.
I believe so. The 31st of August on the Monday is when it all kicks off. The battles of all the leagues across the land.
And
Battle
of
for
course, before anybody gets mad, there's also the Tier 1 race tomorrow. The big one. So definitely look forward to that on the same channel on EGL. And yeah, that's it for me and Bailey. We'll see you next week. That was my cat destroying it, so they're done with it, I think.
Alright,
Goodbye.
yeah. Goodbye.